Okay, let's look at some more problems on how to write chemical formulas when we have the ions. We have ammonium and oxygen. Ammonium is a polyatomic ion that you have to memorize, and it's NH4 with a charge of +1. And then oxygen, and we said oxygen is a group 6, so it always has a 2- charge. Now as it is written, I cannot put them together because I have a +1 here and a 2-. Do not get confused with that 4. That belongs to the hydrogen, okay? This whole unit has a +1 charge. Therefore, when I go to write this formula, I will take that charge from the oxygen and bring it down by the NH4, and the charge by NH4 bring it down by the oxygen. So it's easier to put parentheses here to separate the 4 by the 2. And then I have O because I don't write that 1. Now if I were to do the charges on here to make sure that I have them correctly, minus 2 times 1 is -2, plus 1 times 2 is a +2. So I have written it correctly. I'm not going to do the check for every one of them, but you can do it just to get used to get in the habit of doing it when you are working your own problems. Sodium and acetate. Sodium is a group 1, so it always has a +1 charge. And then acetate is CH3COO minus, has a -1 charge. This is very easy because they have the same, it's a +1 and a -1, so I can write these, their charges match. So I can write NaCH3COO. Okay, so you can write these this way, or you can write OOCCH3, it doesn't matter. Make sure that you write the metal first. The cation is written first. Okay, then I have cesium and azide. So cesium is always a +1 because it's group 1, and azide is N3 minus 1. That's the name for this particular ion, so it's N3 -1. This is, once again, it's easy because this is a -1, this is a +1. They actually match. So I can just write it as CSN3, and that would be correct because this is a +1, this is a -1, and they're equal. Don't confuse it with nitrogen. This is 3 nitrogens, and they have a -1 charge. If you just have 1 nitrogen, that has a -3 charge. So it's kind of the opposite here. Okay, I have silver and sulfate. Okay, so silver has a +1 charge, and my sulfate will have a 2- charge. These charges do not match, so I will take the charge from my sulfate and I'll bring it down by the silver, and I'll take the charge from silver and I'll bring it down by my sulfate here. So I will write Ag2 and then SO4, but I will not write the 1 here because it's implied. And this is the correct formula for silver and the silver and sulfate mixing together. Then I have sodium and cyanide. Sodium is once again a +1 ion, and cyanide is a -1 ion. This is an easy one because I have a -1 and a +1, so all I have to do is just write both of them, NaCN. I don't need any subscripts, I don't need to do anything. Just write it out because their charges match. This is a +1, -1, so it's neutral compound as is written. And then the last one, I have beryllium, which we said is group 2, therefore it will have a 2+ ion. And then I have chromate, which is CrO4, and it has a 2- charge. Once again, because the charges match, even though they're here they were +1, -1, here's that +2, -2, but they match. I have 2 here, 2 here. I don't need to do anything with subscripts. All I have to do is just write the formula. So I have beryllium chromate over here. And I'm done. Okay, this concludes the problems from the Chapter 3 lecture slides.